Well, first of all, I'd like to say good morning for all those that I have not actually said good morning to. Good morning. It is Saturday, actually, and we are into our literally already the going into the third week of the month. And I am definitely excited. How many of you are simply excited just because you woke up this morning? That's a reason to be excited. I would think so, right? I would agree. Would y'all agree with me? Right? You just woke up this morning, which means you have another chance to get it right. That means you have another chance to get it right. This call will be recorded. And as you can see, we have a excellent training set up for you on today. And we're actually going to actually have a number of you participate with us, especially those that are nationals, internationals, and things of that nature. And I am definitely excited about this opportunity. I'm excited about vacations. I'm excited about not where I am, but I know where we're going. And that's what basically makes the difference when what are you expecting, which is going to determine the type of energy that you put into the business. How many of you are excited about next week that's going out to the training in Barcelona? Many are leaving out next week, a vacation that is so well needed, so well needed for many of us, and some of us well needed. Okay, it's going to be a pleasure to be able to meet out with many of you that I have not had the opportunity to meet with before. It's going to be a good time to just be able to connect with some of you that I have seen before and literally always look forward to seeing you again. And again, ladies and gentlemen, it is important to go to these events, and you'll see why. Again, the why factor. The why factor is a number areas that is literally going to be affected by your business, right? Would y'all agree? Your why. Why are you doing your business? Why do you go to a conference call? You know, some people say, I remember when one of the main reasons why I would not get involved in network marketing is because I did not want to go on those conference calls. I did not want to go to those webinars. I did not want to go to those meetings. Anybody ever felt like that prior to getting into the industry? Yes or yes? Can you guys still hear me? And I know I'm not the only one. All right, did not want to go. Some of us still in that place. Listen, I don't want to go. Like simply, how many of us don't want to go to work in the morning? Right? Some of us don't want to get up and go to work every day. Yes, yes. All right. Many people. Now I know. Let me see. Let me do this. Hold on, because we may not. We may be having. All right. Mic check. One, two. That better? Can you guys hear me now? Because I think some people were actually having problems hearing me. All right. Okay. Okay. And maybe you should be able to see me now. Now, how many of us really have a problem getting up on a day? Just like, you know what? I don't feel like going. I don't feel like doing this. But for instance, there's a lot of times you don't feel like doing something, but because of the why, you go ahead on and do it anyway, right? Like, why do I go? I don't want to go to work, but I get up because I got a family that I got to take care of. I get up and because I don't feel like doing this, but why do I do this? Because there are some things that are very important to even my desire that don't want to go. I still push forward to go. I still make it happen. So, the why is what it is that's going to make all the difference. We all can love to travel, right? Yes, we all love to travel, but how many of us really don't? have the opportunity to travel the way that we really want to travel. Come on, answer my question, right? We all have that desire, but ladies and gentlemen, that's not what makes you go to work every day, is it? No, that's not the reason why you go to work every day. No, because most people say, guess what? I don't have to do that. But there are some things that you have to do simply so that you can get that paycheck every single Friday to pay those bills. Why? Because I want a roof over my head. Why? Because I want to eat every day. Why? Because I want electric in my house. Why? Am I making sense right now? They say here the why when you get started in the business. I don't want to get started because, okay, I just want to support you, Delcia. So that's why I'm getting started. Ladies and gentlemen, will that fail you? Yes, it will. I want to get started because I know you. I'm just going to do what why? Well, I'm going to get started. Why? Because I like to travel. Ladies and gentlemen, is that good enough? Is that good enough? No, that's not good enough because it will fail you. Just like some people, like for instance, if your phone gets shut off, right? Don't you do everything under the sun to get that phone turned back on? Yes. If your electric gets cut off in the house, you're not gonna let. Ain't too many people gonna let your electric get off, right? You're gonna say, okay, well, you know what? Let the electric go off. No, you're gonna do whatever you gotta do. Why? Because I need electric in my house. So, what's the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, you are doing this business? And that's what we're going to share with you on the day. We're going to really help you to really understand why did I really get started in this business? Why? Why did I honestly get started in the business? And some of us may need to revisit the why. Am I making sense? So I'm going to share some stuff with you right now, and right from there we're going to go into our class.
And it's because I talk about your why factor. For me, I understand my why factor, and it was understanding my why factor that made all the difference in my successful, healthy being. So when I go back to why I decided to get fit when I turned 40, it's because I had heart issues. I had one of those uh-oh moments where I found myself in the ER hooked up to a bunch of heart monitors. Now, here's the decision that was given to me, or the choices that were given to me. I had to make a decision. The choices were either go on to heart medication and cholesterol medication the rest of my life, or get fit. Most people, actually 97% of the population, would choose the easy road, which is to take the medication and forego having that heart-healthy life and that youthful feeling as they grow older. They simply succumb to the idea that, hey, I'm 40 years old, there's nothing I can do about this, I might as well be just like everybody else. So in my mind, I had a choice to make. I could either be like everybody else, or I could join the 3% of the heart health.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to be able to do that video because many people on the phone will not be able to hear it. And this is one of the main reasons why we're constantly saying, you got to come on the webinar, right? Class is important. So unfortunately, I will not be able to show you the video over the phone, but I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to share some stuff that's going to hit home on today. All right? There's nothing showing. I don't have anything on the board now. Okay? I'm going to share some stuff with you today that, can I just be real with you guys today during this training? Can I honestly be real with you on today? Okay. The only reason why many people fail in this business because the why isn't big enough. Okay? How many of you honestly got involved in the business because of the discounts and the benefits that you saw that you could take advantage of with this business? How many of you honestly saw you got involved because of the benefits that you saw that you could take advantage of in this business, right? Many people did, okay? Now, prior to getting involved in the business, how many of you would honestly say, even prior to getting in the business, you were not traveling the way you wanted to, the way you wanted to? Okay? You weren't taking as many vacations, and you said, okay, if I get in for the benefits, I should be able to take more of these vacations, right? It's just like some people have purchased, watch this, some people have purchased timeshares, right? They've purchased timeshares. Can I tell you how many people did not ever use their timeshare because they realized, oh, I still don't have the money to catch the flight, or I don't have the time allotted during the time to actually have it, but I actually have it, right? How many of you honestly got into the business for the emotional side of the business? Just okay, the emotional. I was emotional. I saw an opportunity. Yeah, I heard a bunch of hype and a hoopla and things of that nature, right? So I decided to get in the business. All right, we're going to talk today and we're going to constantly keep it real. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there has to be, right? Watch this. There has to be a why that makes you cry. Did you hear what I just said? What is the why? And some of us have some deeply rooted stuff that's going on in the inside of us. Am I making sense, right? That's really there, and you really want to just release it. Some of y'all really honestly, like, I'll take myself, for instance. Like, for instance, okay, I didn't go to college. Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't go to college, and I'm just going to say that. All right. So I didn't have the degrees. I didn't have all of the paperwork that would allow me to make that 6 or 7 figure income. So most of the jobs that I had were basically like McDonald's. I think that's where I started at. Burger King, and then I went into the military, and then it was just came out the military, and then I got into management, and then one day I owned my own business. But can I honestly say, ladies and gentlemen, never really being able to take control over my life. It was always, I was in a situation where someone always controlled my well-being. Okay, so there was a time that I was at the hospital, fell off. Guess what? Got back to work. They told me I didn't have a job. Did they care anything about my family, my kids? I just got married. I just got an apartment. Nobody cared about any of that. They just knew that we had to fill this position and you didn't have no sick time, so you are out of here. All right? Period. Did I have any control at that time? No, I didn't have any control. I was going through a bad marriage. Guess what? I stayed in it. You want to know why I stayed in it? Because I couldn't afford to get out of it. See, some of us are in some situations, we don't want to talk about it, but I just have to be transparent because my transparency will help you understand why I do what I do and why I am so committed to it. Because there's somewhere that's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, in your life. I don't know where you are at that point. It might be 20, it might be 30, it might be 40, but there's going to be some things that's going to take place in your life, and it's going to make you look at your reality. It's going to make, and that's what's going to form your why. Why do I get on these webinars every day? You don't even understand what a webinar does for you. Just the inspiration, just being around people that will literally, that's willing to help you, grow you, push you, develop you. You follow what I'm saying? Just the energy itself. Literally, when you may have a good day or a bad day, guess what? You come into that webinar. The webinars is my AA meeting. That's the AA meeting. That's where I'm around like-minded people that understand we're going. It's just like when I decided to go to church and get saved, I had to get around because if I started saying I'm saved, why do I go to church? Because I know my spiritual well being is what I depend on. That's what keeps me. There has to be a why. There has to be a why. You keep saying, well, Kemp, what am I doing wrong? Your why isn't strong enough. It don't have nothing to do with what you're doing. It's why you're doing it. And when your why becomes strong enough, you'll do it. So how long do I have how much do I have to do to go out here and put cards out? How do I have to overcome all of these fears and things like this? Like your life will never change if you don't make some changes, but the reason for the why for the change is what's going to make the difference in your business. Guess what? You're going to see people that's committed. Once you make a decision to keep pushing forward, and all of this stuff, well, I like to travel, that ain't going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I like the perks, that's not going to do it. You follow what I'm saying? I want my life to change, and some of you may be at that point where, guess what? My life is completely fine. That's okay. But I know for a fact that there's a lot of people that want to see change in their business, but your why has to change. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go out to some of our leaders, people that are doing some amazing things with this business, and we're just going to talk about the why today. We're going to talk about your why, okay? Your kids. We're going to talk about your why. I'm tired of not being able to do what I want to do when I want to do. I'm tired of somebody dictating my life. I'm tired of just literally existing when God has made us so amazing. Guess what? I really want to excel in my life. What is it that will take you to that greatness? So, Mike, I'm going to go out to Mike first. He is actually one of our national executives right now. And this gentleman is doing some amazing things. When I tell you amazing things, and I could tell when everything adjusted for him. But let me find him. Okay, I had him. And I see you. I gotta get to you. Okay, here we go. All right, we're going to let Mike kind of share with you guys why. This is not a rehearsal, ladies and gentlemen. This is not something that I prepared them for. But when you are having extraordinary results, there's a why to it. When you're committed to the point where this man is in every webinar, he's on all the trainings, he's trust me, just doing whatever he needs to do to make it happen, you're going to see why it's happening for him. Mike, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can
you guys hear Mike? Can you guys hear Mike?
Or no?
Okay, they can hear you, Mike, loud and clear.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I just want to thank you, Kim, for your mentorship and your leadership and setting an example and setting the bar so high. My reasons why, my why is so many, but the top of the list is that I wanted to take back control of my life. Oh, you said there's an echo. Okay, let me see if I can mute this out here. Give me a second here, guys and gals.
I took care of it. It was me.
I'm not sure how I can mute that out, but let me
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Oh, okay. No more echo. Is this still echo, guys? Yeah, yes or no? Okay. All right, so let me get back to my why. But my why is simply because I didn't I was tired of someone else having control over my life. I was tired of just having one stream of income. I was tired of not being able to take my family on vacations or really just living the way that I envision living my life. It was a perfect example was I was actually at my job and made a simple mistake in my job. They actually wrote me up and gave me a final written notice, basically saying if I messed up again, then I was gone. And that at that point, right then and there, I really felt as though wow, in a second, these people are affecting my life. They're affecting what I can do for my kids. They're affecting how I can pay my bills, when I can go on vacation. And that's just not what I envision for myself and envision in my life. And I literally felt like a zombie in this world. Yeah, I was moving around and breathing and I could see and hear and I was in the world doing those things, but I really wasn't living. It was just going to work, go home, going to work, go home, go to work to pay the bills, and really nothing more than that. So I saw vacation as being my way out of it, especially once I got on a webinar and then I seen the travel part. That alone had me sold. But then when I saw the compensation plan, I seen my way out and how I can actually start living in this world instead of being a zombie in this world. And from that moment when I made that decision to get involved with vacation, I said to myself that, you know what, I'm going to make a commitment. I'm going to study this. I'm going to see what the people that's successful doing this. I'm going to follow my leadership, my mentorship. I am 100% totally committed. And I told myself that I will not quit. I'll persevere. I'm going to persist. I'm going to stay plugged in, and I'm going to do exactly what the people that's successful in this business are doing and what they tell me to do. So being around like-minded people, just staying plugged in, actually becoming a student in this industry, because there are people that's coming from the same walks of life that I'm coming from, and they are highly successful and they're living the kind of life that I want to live for myself and for my family. So that was my why. It was to take control of my life and to live my life the way that I envision and see myself living my life. So
Wow.
that's my why.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, National Executive. Come on, y'all, give it up for Mike. As you can hear, again, like he just said, committed. Like, how many of y'all have gone to college? Anybody go to
I don't want to take
college?
up all the time here, Kim. So I'll let someone else get on to it to explain their why. 'Cause I could go on and on and on.
All right, buddy. All right. How many of y'all went to college? There was a reason why you put yourself in debt, right? You went to college. And when you decided to go to college, how many of you committed and you stayed to the end and graduated and going on and got, like, literally no matter what? Did you have some diversity? Did you have some challenges that came up during the process? Did you may have to withdraw from some classes or stuff, right? But there was something that just kept you going. Now, some people did drop out. I know it. Sometimes money just becomes that factor. We can keep it real. I might have, oh, okay, I went to college for like 3 months. It was a community college. But guess what? There's some things that's just going to keep you going and going and going. I'm going to get this degree. And some of you have gotten some other degrees as well, right? Some of y'all got one or two. Some of y'all are professional students. There's something that keeps you going, and that's the why. That is the why. So I'm going to go all the way out here to, I want to say, Tennessee. And this is one of our up and coming leaders that is doing a phenomenal job right now. Literally just decided. Now Gwen is a pioneer of this company. Literally, she's a pioneer. She's been with Travaris, she's been with Vacations, she came back, and she made a decision to be a part of this business. Now, Gwen, I just sent you your mic. Hopefully, you can see where I sent it and you know how to enable it, and you should be able to talk, and I'll just be waiting. But literally, she literally became a student. She said, Kemp, I'm ready to go. I got to get this thing started. I got to make this thing happen. And ladies and gentlemen, how many of you know when you have a vision, you can literally share that vision that others can plug in and the energy could just start to go on a whole nother level. Why? Because there's a decision that has been made. Am I making sense? Yes or yes? All right, Gwen, I just saw you. I don't know what you did, but you were there. I'm going to turn you back on. All right, so the key is once that's there. Okay, Gwen, I see you talk. Gwen, I see you. Is your mic on? Do you have a mic on your computer? All right, Gwen, do me a favor. Just call into my phone. I'll get you on. Just call my phone number and we'll do it that way. I'll go somewhere else. All right. So you can best believe, ladies and gentlemen, when you have a vision, and no, that's all right. But I don't hear you. We didn't hear you. Just call me on the phone. All right. So it's so important that once somebody makes that decision to become a leader, can anybody stop you? Can anybody shut you down? Can anybody turn it off? No, absolutely not. All right, hold on. I believe we have Gwen here. Gwen, can you hear me? I can hold on. I can hear you, but why am I hearing you that way? Hold on. Okay, Gwen, can you hear me? I can hear you. Hold on. All right, Gwen. I can hear you, Gwen. Hold on. Okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me? All right, can y'all hear Gwen? They can't hear you. Hold on, Gwen. Why are you not coming out my phone? Why my technology always want to act up when I need it to work? Okay, Gwen, talk. Okay, Gwen, try it again. Yes, there we go. Say something.
Okay, I'm talking louder.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay.
Can y'all hear now? There we go. You good.
All right. All right. Well, you want to know about my why,
Your why. Yes,
correct?
yes, your why.
Okay. Well, this is supposed to be straight from my heart. What I have to say may not be spoken politically, correct, but real recognized skill. My why for manifestation is that I am the child of a king. My family and I deserve to live a royal life. I started in vacation about 5 months ago, and I must admit I didn't do a thing. You know, my brother lives in Jersey. He was very, very sick.
Hold on,
He was
Gwen. Gwen, hold on.
mm-hmm.
Turn the speakers off on your computer because you're hearing yourself twice. Just turn
All
your
right,
computer
yeah.
down. All right, go
Hear me?
ahead. There you
Okay, so
go.
I was saying that my brother who lived in New Jersey was very, very sick. He had lupus, diabetes, heart problems, and other issues. And I wanted to go spend time with my brother, but I was financially unable to make time to spend time. And I was too embarrassed to let anyone know that at my age I was not financially. So my brother Eric, who was 2 months younger than me, closest sibling to my age, actually my twin, He died, and we buried him a few weeks ago on October 3rd. And I have to live with that. Now, I would never again in life be able to spend time with my brother. But never again will I be in that situation where I let the chips fall where they may. I find myself so unproductive that I can't visit and spend quality time with the dying relatives. While my brother was dying, my why was on. And it has been the driving force of my life ever since. You see, there comes a time in your life when something clicks. You say, there's no way I'm going to let people telling me no or taking me as a joke or my own procrastination get in the way of me on my grind. See, those obstacles, they aren't as big as my why. That same energy that focus, plug in, and treating my business like a business. You know, no more fiddling and crying, woe is me. You know, the scriptures tell us that God helps those who help, and faith without work, yes. My wife has put me so plugged in, you know, following the system, listening, communicating with our phenomenal leaders, that there's no way I can fail in this business. See, I'm so excited. Sometimes I feel like doing cartwheels in the street. I thank God for vacation, because now I'm utilizing all this energy to make all my dreams goals for me and my family. And rightly so, because again, I am a child of the King, and my family and I deserve to live a royal lifestyle. We're about to take over Tennessee, and we're speaking that into existence. So I want to thank all of y'all for listening to me, because I'm so humbled and honored to speak to you today.
Wow.
Thanks.
Wow. Thank you, Gwen. Oh man. All right. Okay. I didn't tell y'all should have bought tissues and stuff like that. But if that wasn't heartfelt, if that one wasn't heartfelt, you know, you gotta understand, like they said, some things is gonna happen that's gonna develop a why, that's gonna give you a attitude of gratitude, but I'm gonna tell you something. It'll put some fire up under you, and you may not have experienced that yet. You may not have had that hardship that came to you yet. But I can promise you there are some folks that are literally in this business with that level of attitude right now. And it's just, you know, like I said, now I got to go out to another young lady. This young lady is out of Maryland, and she is now in the national doing a phenomenal job. I just have to actually, let me see. Hold on. I believe this is her. All right. I have right now Miss Yvette all the way out in the Maryland Bowie area, and I'm gonna tell you, we call her Bunny, and she is just hopping all over the place. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I called her up this morning and I asked her to actually do a call for me, and she said she's on her way to the hospital. See, some of y'all don't know the why. How many of you would love to be able to stand by your parents or somebody or sibling or somebody that needs your care and unable to because of maybe your work or whatever the case may be? Anybody in that predicament? Yes or yes? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me share with you, guess what? That's how this world is. Okay? Miss Bunny, can you hear me? Yes, we can hear you well. We are doing the why factor, and we know you have a why. So we would love for you to share, why are you so
I can hear you. Can you hear
committed
me?
to this business? Why are you so like on the calls, at the meetings, doing travel parties, like, and you're retired. You've got a great job. You've done so much. I'm sure your life is pretty well off, but you're working so well. What's your why right now and why you're doing this business?
Can you hear? Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me?
I heard you. Where you go?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah,
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Okay. First of all, I would like to say good morning. And Kemp, I would like to thank you for being an awesome leader. And you're always encouraging everyone to be the best that they can be.
Mm-hmm.
My why, what I want to say is my why is this, is that, yes, I'm retired. And I retired from the government. And what I wanted to do was travel. And I always traveled. But what I found that when I did retire, I took a cut. It was either frame of mind, peace of mind, and I did all the years and everything. But then some other things have come up. The retirement has given me the opportunity to, first of all, take care of my mom, who has been in the hospital since July. But the other thing that came up is I have a brother that's homeless, and I can't take him in. I just want to get it so that he's off of the street, and that I can put him someplace where he's safe, that I don't have to worry about him, that my mom doesn't have to worry about him. It'll give me some things to do, to be able to do, keep him off the streets and to help other people, because I like to help people as well. And I was helping people when I was working. Now it's constraint. So my why is just so that I can do the things that I like to do. That's what my ministry is. And I do want to travel as well. But this has actually helped me to be able to do some of those things, and even be able to just go ahead, like you said, to take care of my mom. So that's what I'm doing now, is on my way in Baltimore, just going over to take care of her. And I encourage everybody, your why has to keep you moving. I was in Traverse before, and I didn't have a why. I mean, my why was just I wanted to travel, and that's what I did. But when I came back and took vacation, my why had changed. I still wanted to travel, but I needed to be able to do the other things that meant a whole lot to me, like my family means a lot to me. So that's what my why is.
Wow. All right. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you can hear, there's a why. And when the why is strong enough, it will literally help you to overcome all of your fears. Thank you so much, Bunny. I appreciate you for sharing that.
Well,
wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Um. Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. Okay. We're going to go all the way out to Arkansas right now. This gentleman, they call him Coach Kevin, and I was actually today. I had the opportunity to go over his Google page, and he has like 62 videos. And when I tell you this man is coaching, he coaching. Do you hear me? He coaching. Now I just have to make sure I have his number corrected because he went on to the phone. And let me make sure I have it right. How many of you is this helping today? How many of you is this helping? All right. Okay. All right. We have Coach on the line. He should be able to hear me in a minute, and it's going to really make you revisit your why, because your why is going to determine your action. Am I right? Your why will determine the type of action. When you're serious about this thing, I'm going to tell you some stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, life is going to show up. It don't give you no fair warning. I can promise you that. It ain't going. Everybody that's in here, I don't care how well off you are. You can have a ton of money in the bank, and situations could just take place. What about the people in New Orleans? Do you think some of them was well off to do, but that situation that took place literally caused some literally catastrophic event that literally everything you had, you could have the good this, good that, and all of a sudden it's gone. All right, Kevin, I hear you on the line, sir, and I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to literally participate on this wonderful training called The Why Factor. So, Kevin, what is your why for literally deciding? And I know just a few weeks ago you made a decision. You know what, Kim, I am going to do this. I know you had some other businesses going on, but you said, you know what, Kim, when I wake up in the morning, all I think about is this travel. And I knew at that point that guess what? After the mentoring and understanding, you literally said you decided that I am going to build this business and I'm committed over the next 2 years. You gave it 2 years of commitment. Why?
Kim, can you hear me?
I can hear you well.
I even share my why. I'm gonna share a quick story with you and everyone that's on this call.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna do my due diligence to keep my composure because it's very emotional when I share it with you. But when I was a kid, I remember my oldest sister coming home crying, and my mom said, "Kathy, why are you crying?" And she said, "Mama, there are some girls at school that said I would not be able to go to college because we live in the projects." And at that moment, and I remember this like yesterday, Kemp, my mother created a why so huge, so powerful to show my sister that it was possible and that it was necessary. My mother enrolled in college just to show my sister why it was possible and why it was necessary. And from that point on, my sister went on, not just graduated from college, Kim, but she graduated with honors, and today she is a APN, which is an advanced practicing nurse. And so the why started with my mom that carried into my life. And so when people say, "Kevin, what's your why? Why do you do what you do?" I said, my why calls me to work because I have a 12-year-old daughter that I must, it is necessary for me to leave her a legacy and generational wealth. My why is it's the passion that drives me. It's also for me to be able to become what you share with me, Tim, was so powerful, not just becoming a millionaire, but becoming a residual millionaire. And it's not about the money, folks. It's not. It's what the money is going to do for me in the process of becoming that. It's the money is for me to be able to travel the way I want to, having the freedom and the flexibility, and to mentor around the world, Kim, young Black men. That's why I do what I do every morning. That's why I wake up with travel in my mind. That's why I wake up with wanting to mentor the young Black men and let them know that, hey, you don't have to work for someone. You can have options. But in order for them to have options, we got to lead by example.
Come on now.
That's my why that makes me work.
Wow. All right. Well. Thank you so much for sharing that powerful, oh my goodness, did y'all say powerful why? See, there's stuff that's going to happen in your life that will cause you to go to work. And until you get that, I'm going to tell you something. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, it will drive you. It will drive you. It will drive you. It will drive you. Period. You won't settle for you won't settle for excuses or anything. And I gotta go out to this gentleman. Okay. Well, he just said he can't do it. He's in a bad place. All right. So he won't be able to share his why with you. All right. So, is there anyone that would love to share their why? We still have 10 minutes, and I definitely would love to hear from someone. I mean, it's not about embarrassing, but sometimes you just need to make it public. You just need to share it so that it can be heard. Your why can bless somebody else. I believe your why is what I call your testimony. Anybody got a testimony? Huh? I know some of you do. See, some of y'all done been through some stuff. Some of you done been through some stuff. And I'm gonna tell you this: you haven't been given it or not a Okay, I'm good. I'm good. All I can tell you, this opportunity can save you. It can change your life. I'm only telling you what it has done for me over the last 7 years. But I'm gonna tell you that's faith. That's faith. That's faith. And if you don't have it, I'm gonna tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna share something. I always tell you every morning there's some things that should actually that you need to do on a daily basis to keep you going. There's some things. The first thing that I say you got to do every day is you got to pray. That's number one. Number one, you got to pray. Number two, you have to read a scripture and seek what God is telling you to do. Do you hear what I'm saying? You got to make him first and foremost in this plan, no matter how you look at it. And again, I'm not going to get all spiritual on you, but I had a gentleman on yesterday, a good friend of mine, where we were talking, and I said something to the point of faith. And I said, you can move a mountain. Anybody ever heard that one? You can move any mountain. If you have faith of a mustard seed, you can move any mountain. Now, in the faith, there is something that comes with that, right? There's called work. There's work. There's action. There's stuff that you have to do on a daily routine, regardless of whether it is your faith, your spirituality, your emotions. Like some of us are very emotional. Do you know there's exercises that you can do on a daily basis to help you to overcome it? Don't claim it, overcome it, because guess what? When you start to overcome it, you'll know how to shift that energy to do other things that's going to allow you to break through whatever it is that you're going through. That was good. I'm glad I recorded this one because I'm going to listen to it myself. So I'm saying to you, you got to pray in the morning, seek guidance. Then you have to read your scripture, because if you're never reading a scripture, you can't hear him speak to you. Lily, ladies and gentlemen, y'all think this is crazy, but I'm telling you it's real. Okay? I'm telling you it's real. When you start reading scriptures, you'll be like, wow, oh my God, thank you for that confirmation. Thank you. Oh, thank you for that. See, but if you don't read it, then you can't really get close so that you can actually hear what he's saying. Now, I got all of the spirituality going on. I know what I got to do to seek and strengthen my faith. But ladies and gentlemen, do you understand? You can have all the spirituality in the world, but if you don't eat, your system is going to hunger and your body is going to go into some pain. There's some action that, oh, God said, I'm going to feed you. He did say, I'll feed you. But guess what? If you don't physically put some food in your mouth and you waiting for him to feed you, you're going to be a hungry soul. Yes or no? Come on, y'all will talk to me? So I'm not saying that everything has to be spiritual, but God must be first and foremost in your life. Okay? Period. I'm saying it, and guess what? I ain't taking it back, or am I apologizing for it? Because that's who runs my life. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I went into and I said, read a scripture. So yesterday I was reading the scripture and it just started Mark. I want y'all to go to it. Mark 11, all right, 21 through 25. Just read it. I'm not saying that you just read it. Just read it. Mark 11, 21 through 25. And it really goes into this business. And that's why this particular topic came on today, because of Terrence Perrin. A good friend of mine, he's the gentleman that literally put me in this industry at 18 years old. He was my best man. He's outlasted my marriage, okay? But we was just talking yesterday, and we had the opportunity to actually share this verse together, him just being obedient, calling his upline. I am his upline as well. But we just shared this verse, and man, did it bless me. Man, did it bless me. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. When you seek him first, you're going to see how aligned you are with vacations. And this can be your tool or vehicle that will set you free. Bottom line. Am I saying you got to make millions to be set free? No. Am I saying that you got to make thousands? No. See, some of us need to be just broken out of bondage. We just need some new friends. Like when I say family, guess what? I talk to you guys more than I talk to my own family. Why? Because I can't connect with where I am right now. All I talk about is vacations. They don't want to call me. They don't want to talk to me. It's okay. Because guess what? My life will not be in bondage. So, it's 4 minutes before the hour. And again, I definitely want to appreciate you guys. And again, hopefully you have gotten something from this training. Because I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Once you get your why, you'll do your business. It ain't going to be no questions how you're going to make it happen. Do you hear me? You're going to make sure you find out. You're going to make sure you put it ain't like how I do, what do I do? It's going to make you pick up that phone and make you do the calls. It's going to make you get on the conference calls. It's going to make you go on the webinar. It's going to make you call your upline. Everything is formed off of the why. So you say, well, where did the training come in at today? Once you know your why, your business will explode. That's your training. That's your training. See, somebody said, well, they teach me how to do this thing. Guess what? It ain't about what to say, because you can't say the wrong thing to the right people. Just say it to enough people. Oh, man, this is some good stuff. See, I said it to this one, and you still talking to the same person over and over and over. Stop letting that person steal your time, and stop letting that person stop you from getting to the reason why you are in this business. What are you in this business? Because I want to take control of my life. But I'm not going to let Cheryl take control. I'm not going to let this Preston or Bruce or Bailey or Ron or Eddie or Pat or Coach, none of them can stop me from getting to my why. Nobody in hell can stop me from reaching what I want. When you want something bad enough, ain't nothing that can stop you from getting there. I don't care what it is. You just got to want it bad enough. What is your why? That will literally stop you from giving up all these excuses, because the why will always outpower. And if you say, I want to build this business, guess what? You make a commitment, sacrifice, and I guarantee some consistent effort on anything, your business will take off. Period, point blank. That's it. That's it. That's it. That'll stop all of the fear. Well, if I didn't call you because I didn't want to bother you. That's not it. That's an excuse. When you want something bad enough, guess what? I'm going to call you and call you until I get you, because you are responsible. You're my leader, and you're going to make sure I win. And I can't tell you how many people that's there. Gwen, she just turned it all around. I'm hearing from her every day. Astor is her business changed. Kevin, Astor has his business changed. These are just the latest two that literally say, Kip, I'm calling you every day. Ask them if their business have changed, simply because of the phone call. Debbie made a decision. I'm getting back in this business. She's at the meeting. She's on the call. She's calling me every day. Did she sign up somebody? Yes, she did. And guess what? We just going to keep it going. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is now 11:59. Do not forget our schedule. Everybody should have gotten the actual email that we sent out on yesterday. with the schedule. I am going to create a recorded webinar that's going to be dynamic that you will be able to use when you're not able for, as far as our presentation won't be live, but you will be able to use this recorded webinar. I'll put it on YouTube. That way you can just send out the link to your new prospects if you're calling or anything. Let them see the YouTube video. And there are some leaders that will still be back here that we will definitely find out who they are. So I'll put them up, who's the ones that you can call to three-way your call, okay? So you'll have it on your phone. It's going to be a very short 20 to maybe 30-minute video that a person, you can just shoot to them, tell them to take a look at it. You like what you see, call me back. Make this simple, make this easy, and make it duplicatable. Make this simple, make this easy, makes it duplicatable. Make this simple, make this easy, makes it duplicatable. Make this simple, make it easy, makes this duplicatable. With that being said, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Have a dynamic time. For those that are going out here to Barcelona, I can't wait to see you next week. Hug your neck, and literally let's get this train rocking and rolling, because guess what? It's already left the station. Take care and take charge of your life.